Hello guys, long time no see. In this video, I'm going to talk about content creation in the AI world. In the AI world, content creation is going to get hit massively. Here's why. If you look at it closely, look at intellectual, business, finance, productivity, current affairs, or even science-related channels. If you look at them closely, you can understand any individual or viewer or content creator focusing on that niche can create content, means high quality, high-end content with no cost, means using an AI agent. By asking an AI agent or prompting an AI model, you can upload this content immediately, instantly onto YouTube or to that particular channel. Think about it. And the consistency issue is solved. That means you can create content and you can upload content, different content, means produce different content and upload it onto YouTube or that particular channel instantly and do so regularly without you doing so, because the agent will do so, right? So the consistency issue is solved. And you have to understand, any viewer focusing on these niches that I have mentioned before are smart enough to understand that, or sooner or later they will understand that there is no barrier to entry in content creation, especially focusing on these niches. They can create content immediately, because in the earlier days of content creation you need big setup like lighting and camera. You don't need that anymore. So sooner or later people who focus on these niches will realize that they can create content, right? Similar content. And sooner or later, the viewers will become creators. So the content creator will have no viewers, right? In the long term. Because these niches have something in particular. Means something peculiar about this niche is that there is no clear advantage here for the content creator. Because if you look at science-related channels, many of the pop science-related channels, right? Pop science channels have something in common. They deliver videos that works, right? That gets likes, dislikes, subscribers and views. Not all video in science-related channels get similar views because the presentation is different. Presentation matters here. But the content is the same. And these types of content have something peculiar because these types of content get traction and it's easily digestible. That's why. And many other contents are not, right? Like Game of Life is very easily digestible mathematical puzzle, right? Many other works are not. So this works. So what's working, that will be uploaded, right? The presentation is what matters. And these types of contents are 80-year-old content, means written by scientists and authors, right? So it's already been there. They're just delivering it in different ways. So when you ask an AI agent, means when a viewer who are regular viewer of these videos gets an idea, means they'll think about it. They think that they can also create content like this because the content is already there. All you have to do is tell the AI agent or prompt the AI model to create the content similar to this type of content, and they can create high quality content immediately, right? So what happens here is that a flood will come, right? AI related content will be, means AI related science videos will be flooded onto YouTube. Means there will be lot of AI related content in YouTube, right? Science related content. Because there is no clear advantage. Science is similar, right? The content is similar. They are not creating entirely new content. Even if you create entirely new content, there is no clear advantage. Because entirely new content will be absorbed by the AI model or AI agent, right? YouTube has integrated their AI model onto YouTube. Means there's a feature now, right? There's a premium feature where premium users can get the summary or the script of the video right below the video. So they don't have to watch the entire video. Even intellectual niches will suffer because these niches takes lots of time to absorb and it needs time to absorb the content, right? To understand the content. So the video itself is pointless because video is good, the presentation is good, it's okay, great. But you can get the whole content, means whole script right now. And you can read the script. So you don't have to contribute anything to the creator. There is no incentive for the creator to create new content. Because either way, their content is going to be absorbed by the AI model. And if someone is prompting for a solution, they will take the content, pull the content from the actual creator and give it to you. So who benefits here? The company benefits, I understand, but the creator doesn't benefit. So they don't put content that is entirely novel onto YouTube. They will do so for passion and they don't need credit. Okay, there are people who do that. I'm okay with them. But those who are in a dire situation and wants money, I don't think that's the type of content they want to put, right? And these types of contents, the contents that I mentioned, the niches that I mentioned, are going to get wiped out, especially generic mass-produced contents. Means the days of mass production is over. It's hyper localization, hyper niche. That's the future, right? You don't need 100,000 or 1 million subscribers. You need 100 or 1000 or 1000 subscribers or viewers who are your loyal fans and who are ready to give you the money. Means who are ready to help you, right? Support you, collaborate with you. They are the ones you actually need. And those are the channels that will succeed in the future. So what you see right now is mass produced videos, right? These have generic qualities, right? They are generic. So the people using AI models will start to push generic videos onto YouTube. And YouTube is trying to protect its platform from this. They are trying to set a eligibility criteria for people who are using AI. If it's low quality AI content, they will not get monetized. But even still, they can upload it onto YouTube and YouTube will be flooded with this type of content. So the attention get diluted, split. So many people will diverge. Means the people who are seeing a single content before will go to similar other contents. They will see AI related content, junk content, and the viewership will go down significantly, right? Because attention is getting lower and lower and people want contents that gets them immediate dopamine hit, and they want content but there's lots of content, right? So it's not easy to monetize when the content industry is flooded with content, right? And especially productivity content. Think about it. You can ask an AI model, a prompt an AI model or an AI agent, and they will give you the solution for the problem, right? How-to videos. You don't actually have to see the how-to video now. You can get the script and you can ask the AI agent to. They will scan it for you. So there is no mode there. If it's a rare problem, you can see the video. Because if it's a rare local problem, means it's a hyper local problem and it can only be applied. The solution can only be applied to that certain context. Then that video will get views. Not huge amounts of views, but certain views. Means 500 views, 1000 views, and they will be dedicated viewership. Because they are loyal and they will collaborate with you and they are ready to pay premium, like $50 to $100 per 100 views or so, because that solution is rare and very valuable within that context. Those types of engineering videos will be successful in the future because it's hyper local, because it's delivering a solution to the locality, and you can replicate that because different region, right, different problems will be there and they need different problem solutions, right? Different solutions will be needed for that context. So it's not useful to replicate it. You don't get money because it will only be applied on that context. Only be applied onto that context, right? If you use the same problem solution to different contexts, it will not apply there. So those kind of videos will be successful. And also certain types of vlogs will be successful. I think vlogs related to people showing their harsh realities, difficulties, and how they are managing or coping or with reality, and they are showcasing their life, right? And they are tackling problems as they go along with their life. That videos will always get traction, that type of vlogs, right? And there are many people who wants to see that videos because within that local niche, right, it's really hard to replicate because it's tied to reality. That's really hard to replicate, right? But different generic videos, right? Generic videos will be replicated because anyone can do so. You can't get anything, and depth and meaning will surface again because meaningful content, right, which can resonate deeply with the viewer or audience will survive, right? Because you are not delivering content that's dead, like zombie-like content. You are delivering content that's human-like, and imperfect content will also be valuable because everything is perfect. It's an AI world and everything is curated, as expected, as by the norms of society. It's because it feels perfect, because it is everything that the society attributes to as perfection. So these types of videos that's perfect, right? Johnny Bravo videos, Johnny Bravo type caricature type videos. These types of videos will be wiped out, will have issues in the future because they are too perfect that people will get exhausted. People will get aversion from seeing perfection. They want imperfection, right? So they will look somewhere where there is human-like properties, there is imperfection, right? And that will get value. That will get it. People will chase for imperfection over perfection. And those videos that shows reality and the difficulties of a man, means difficulties of a man facing reality. Those are the videos that's going to get traction in the future. The perfect type that has no error and is so well produced that it doesn't feel real anymore, right? Not authentic anymore, not genuine anymore. That type of videos will fade. And the other thing is that the people who are focused, right, on certain issues, like even geopolitical, certain issues, and they have a certain angle to give, certain perspective, right? I think that videos will be surviving for a little longer. But even those videos will get wiped out. But if they can create a deep, meaningful experience and get a loyal fan base, they will survive, right? And there are lots of channels who have mass audience, and these channels, what they are doing is that they are funneling their viewers onto community-based platforms. So community-based platforms are rising because people don't want generic videos or meaningless content. They want deep, meaningful content. That means intellectual contents and meaningful content where the audience is very low. Means there are not much audience, only 100 or 1000 audience, but they are very, very engaging. They talk to each other. Those types of platforms are rising. What they do is that these types of content creators who focus on geopolitics, intellectual related content, science related content, they funnel their viewers, not everyone, the loyal fan base, onto community based platforms, and they can get good pay there because these loyal fan base will pay them and they can survive, right? They can create more works there and also uploading onto YouTube gives negligible, right, amounts of money through views, no big revenue there. But what I'm saying is that these people have no other way because on YouTube there is script. Even in community-based platform, I think there will be script, but I don't think so. They have to pay. Then only they can get the content, right? And in the future we are heading in that world. You will have to pay for the content, or the content creator have to create content in such a way that will be helpful for the viewers, useful for the viewers, right? And also they are ready to share their revenue with you, like 30 to 40% of the ad revenue. They can decide what or how much revenue they want to share with you, and they can share it with you. That 50, those who are willing to pay more, I think the users would shift to that place, shift to that channel. And those who are not willing to pay anything, I don't think they will get any views because people are ready to ask or negotiate with the creator that they need some money. Means it depends on the creator, but naturally people will tend to ask, right? Will not waste time on that channel because they have alternatives, lots of options right now. So for the creator itself, naturally they will have to share the revenue with them, with the users or the viewers or the loyal fan base, right? So everyone can get along well. So that's going to happen. And in social media realm itself, I think there will be a P2P based social media in the future where the revenue, right, excess revenue made by commissions and such will be redistributed back to the users of that channel, means, or the media, social media app or that platform, and they will all get the revenue, not the revenue, the profits, right? So it will not only help the viewer and the content creator, but also who partake in that platform. They will also benefit from it. That will happen in the future. But right now, what's going to happen is that people are going to move to platforms where they belong, meaning no parasocial connections, no parasocial relationships. They want communication. Communication, not one side, two-sided communication. So it will help both of them. Means it's knowledge sharing. Right? Knowledge sharing will be a big thing in the future. And right now people are understanding this fact. They are being alienated by these content creators who regard them as king. But that kingship is gone. That moat is gone. Right now what's happening is that the content creation industry is getting massive overhaul. Right? And most of the content creators will get wiped out. And there's a general trend towards minimalism. Minimalism in the sense that there is information paralysis, information overload. Right now, a human being is facing information overload than ever before. Before, it's really hard to get information. And even during the internet era, early internet era, these types of information, like you can't get information this fast, right? Rapidly. Right now, due to AI, you're constantly asking questions. You are bombarded with information from everywhere. Even AI just wants you to talk. Means when you start the conversation, it will keep on creating questions, keep on creating answers. They want to keep you locked onto that platform, right? So there's full of information. So what people are doing is that they're getting aversion. So what they're doing is that they are distancing from these platforms, distancing from information itself, right? They're distancing from them. They are fed up with too much information and they are controlling it. Means they are becoming selective. That's why these community-based platforms emerge in the first place. They are selective. They are only focusing on certain channels. Means choosing to subscribe to certain channels, right? Though the channels where they feel belonged. Belonging is a keyword because in the earlier days there's only one-sided information. There's no belonging. You are actually creating a dictator, right? You are just passive viewer. Right now you are an active viewer. Active user means you are demanding your time's worth. Before it wasn't like that, but now onwards it's like that. That's why we saw emergence of fonts like Nothing. Nothing had minimal UI and it has a clean interface. Not too much information, right? Why did they prefer that? Prefer Nothing and similar UI patterns? Because of this fact. Because people are fed up with information overload, which creates information paralysis, right? So in the future, I think people will intake little amounts of information and they will be very selective on what information they are going to absorb, right? And they will minimize any other information. They will discard any other information, right? So that's what's happening. So you won't see Mr. Beast like videos in the future. They will all get eliminated in the future. Only you will see channels that have 20,000 or 5,000 subscribers. At best 5,000 subscribers. It's going to go down. In the far future, I think 100 viewers is enough. And these 100 subscribers or loyal fans, you will be part of a community that has a population of 100 people. And you will be helping each other. You will be creating a community that prioritizes prosperity for all human beings within that community, right? And we will also consider other communities that we think we have something in common, right? I think it will be like that because humanity came from the tribes. They come from small bands, right? Small groups. We love groupism, right? We came from small groups. Humanity came from Africa and there was only 50 members or so, a band of 50 members. And they set out their journey from there. And right now, how much population? 8 billion people. Think about that. 8 billion people. So think about it. And we are going back to that world where we are going to prioritize the human element. Right now, we are being alienated. We live in like a machine-like world and we are going back to our roots. That's what's going to happen. And there will be small communities in the future. So I think the messy, realistic life will be what appeals to the majority of people in the future. Not these generic, well-sculpted human beings made out of the expectations of society or human insecurities. Not that type of people will be admired in the future. In the future, I think most people will admire the messy humans, right? The messy ones or the crazy ones, right? So content creation as of now is evolving and most of content creation will be wiped out because you don't have to see much content. You can get it through a prompt or by asking an agent, right? And even podcast I think will survive for a little longer because you are talking to another human and you are exchanging information. So people want to hear what they are talking, right? Any new information here, anything new here, right? People want to hear it. And in the Web3 world, I think you don't have to give your video or content to be scanned to some AI model. You have full authority, ownership on that. But right now I see content creators taking your crucial data, like when you subscribe to their newsletter or to a certain community-based platform, your data is being transferred to them and they can use your data by porting onto other community-based platforms, right? So if they can start an entirely new channel under different name and they can port your or everyone's data, subscribers data onto that channel, they get all the data, right? And they can do scary shit. They can do dark things, right? They can do criminal activities, sell you products that you didn't subscribe to. So you can unsubscribe to, but they can sell your data to third party peoples, third party companies, organizations. That's a major issue in Web 2. In Web 3, you decide whether you give your data or they have to negotiate. They have to pay you something, right? And you have to agree on it. Both have to agree on it. There's an agreement, and power comes back to you. Means you are the author of your data, right? You can do whatever you want with it. You understand? But as of now, I see a major turning point. As more content gets flooded into the content creation industry, people will be very selective, cautious too. And I think most people will not even watch content creation in the future, because right now there's 2.6 billion passive views. Sooner or later, as India develops and as world moves to middle income economy, I think people will also understand this. They are wasting their time and they will only choose content that's useful to them. Useful in the sense that they can be applied to their life or solve a local context. And there will be always be demand for content that can help you solve local issues and that tells a story about a local man and his problem, right? There will always be demand for that. It's a human element, right? In the future, meaning and belonging will be more important than uploading content for the sake of creating content for just getting views or popularity, right? I think that's the world we are heading into. Anyways, I want to know your opinion on this matter, and have a nice day until next time.